Is anybody out there? I'm
Uh,
trapped on my spaceship.
when
My spaceship. I'm trapped in space, all alone.
when
Wait, oh my
Blairlex-
God.
when Blairlex
Is that
says
the escape pod?
he's gonna take
Who's
the intro,
hiding in the escape pod?
it always seems to go this way.
What? Scottscy? What are you doing in the escape
He
pod?
gives me no prompts, just sort of goes off on this little.
Scott!
Okay, all right, I'll
What
bite.
are you doing in the escape pod,
I-
dude? Dude, how did you escape the alien Illuminati?
Because Blair, I tricked you all along.
What?
I'm the leader of the alien
No!
Illuminati.
No,
and
what?
I'm coming to kill
what?
you.
No, don't do that, please! Oh my God!
Okay, I'll just leave you in the vacuum of space.
No!
Let's talk about that.
Oh, hi, Mark. So, dude,
Good
I watched the
evening.
Disaster Artist the other day.
Oh, like the
the
sort of is it-
James Franco or
I
James
never
Franco.
really knew what
Is
it
it
was.
James-
Was it a
James Franco?
documentary? Was it a mockumentary? Was it?
No, it's like an actual just a movie. It's like generally like it felt like a remake, but then it's a movie about them making the film.
Right. So it's
Um,
kind of a mockumentary, but not.
Well, yeah, kind of. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't filmed like a mockumentary, like
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's like a parody
ooh.
kind of deal.
like what's
more.
that like really amazing mockumentary that's like about vampires? Do you know that one?
No.
No, you don't know the one? Oh no.
It's ringing
dude.
a bell. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like something in the shadows. Vampire mockumentary. Yeah, it's What We Do in the Shadows, right? You don't remember What We Do in the Shadows?
In the shadows.
In the
All my
shadows.
time. Well, I've never heard
You
of it.
don't- No, you haven't. Like, it's generally a gem. You really gotta watch it.
But I have heard In the
It's-
Shadows by Ramis. Or
No,
Ramis?
not that fucking song.
it's a
not
tune?
not the song.
In the
I know it's a tune,
shadows.
but we're talking about something else.
Rasmus,
alright?
sorry,
But
Rasmus.
dude, like I was talking about What We Do in the Shadows, right? Dude, it's generally a really there's actually a HBO TV series about it now, but I'm talking about the movie, right? It's got it's Taika Waititi. Is that his name? Taika Waititi. I'm not pronouncing his name very correctly. But he's the dude in Thor Ragnarok and Jojo Rabbit. What We Do in the Shadows.
I haven't seen either of those movies.
You haven't seen any of those movies? Oh my
No.
god.
Well, we were
this
working
is
our
strange.
way through, like me and the boys, we were working our way through the Avengers films,
Mm.
and then we sort of, like we wanted to keep going, but we slowed down and then just sort of fell out of watching it. It was,
Yeah.
We got up to, I think the next one we were about to watch was Dark World, and we watched
Yeah.
all the ones before that, but
I actually kind of think it's quite difficult to watch.
because they're all the
The
same
Marvel
movie.
movies.
This is the issue I have
Yeah.
with Marvel. I'm gonna get ruined. If there's any
That's
Marvel
okay.
fans out
I'm
there, 'cause they're
excited
big.
to watch you suffer.
Like, they're good films, don't get me wrong. They're a fun time to watch. But you can't watch all of them in, like, a span of, like, a few weeks. Because each film's the fucking same.
It's pretty much like generally each and every film. I feel like the Avenger films at least have like a general storyline.
Yeah.
But if you watch the one-off movies, you know, the ones where it's just like, this is the
Iron
Doctor
Man
Strange video.
4.
This is the Iron Man video.
The
this
Iron
is the
Boy.
Iron Man film man. It's generally very similar.
It's just like, the only...
yeah.
The one I liked the most were the Iron Man films. Because... especially in the first one, they're not fighting like some supervillain, not fighting alien. They're just fighting terrorists.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's pretty fucking sweet, because that's like, you know, what if America did get a hold of shit, they would use it to fight terrorism. So it was like, huh.
That's one of the. I think that's one of the biggest things too. Like, generally keep all the Avengers films and stuff like that PG-13.
Yeah.
Because simulated alien violence seems to be less gruesome than fighting, terrorist organizations.
Well, it's also just because that's how the comics were done, weren't they? Like,
some of them were.
You don't
some
want
of them
when you're
weren't.
reading comics, you don't want to be reminded of real life. You don't want to be like, oh shit, there's terrorism. Like you read a comic to get away from that and see superheroes fighting supervillains and girls with like unbelievably disproportionate breasts, and you're like, yeah, I'm a dude. I like comic books and breasts. Yeah,
It's so weird. Like, all the comic books that I've read, like, to be honest with you, that's the biggest thing which I have a bit of a problem with the Western comic market, is because Western comics are nearly all superheroes, nearly all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
Except
only
like,
thing that's really saving
wait,
it
was The
is
Walking Dead
webcomics
Western?
and shit. Well, yeah, but
or was
Walking
that
Dead
Japanese?
is Western.
And then adapted.
Walking Dead's Western.
Is it?
No,
Okay.
no. It's
I'm
Western,
not
yeah,
too
definitely.
familiar, to be honest.
You see, because there is definitely some standouts, like Scott Pilgrim, the Walking Dead comic book series, and some of the spin-off like superhero ones are actually kind of funny. Like, what's it called, Superman Red Dawn, where like Superman like instead of crash landing in the United States, he crash lands into the Soviet Union and becomes friends with Stalin and stuff. That's actually a pretty funny comic. Well, not funny, but like it's an interesting comic.
Okay.
Really, really interesting in like a different take. Because a lot of them are like good versus evil and stuff like that. But like with Superman Red Dawn or whatever, I can't remember the name, but with that one, it was just kind of like, the good guys are who you landed with first, and that makes sense. Which I very much enjoyed. And Scott Pilgrim, just generally a very, very good story with very, very amazing characters.
It's my favorite shit.
Yeah,
it's so
right?
good.
We need more of that, dude. We need more of that.
Did
If anybody in the comments has like any recommendations for comics which don't have superheroes in them, please send them through. I'm really looking for them.
Did you grow up with like superheroes and comics? Were you
I
big
grew
into
up
it as a
with,
kid?
Like the weirdest thing about it is, so my dad was really into manga without realizing that he was into manga. So he had like all the really scary mangas. Like he had Akira, he had Dragon Ball, he had
So he was like a weeb without knowing.
Well, yeah, that's the weirdest thing. Like he was never watched anime or anything like that. He was just like, he just like, but see, he's a book guy. But he very much he had like a bunch of comics, and he was just like, here you go, son, watch Akira, and like here you go, son, read Akira, and then like scrolling through Akira when I was a very, very young boy and seeing like there's a gore scene, yeah, right, there's the blob scene. I was just like, nope,
or read or
it's a very good
It's just because it's one of those like it's kind of like.
It's called classic,
Yeah, like Dragon Ball, or like, it's like it's one of the names of anime that you just kind of like, you have to watch.
Yeah, it's like, you see, which is weird thing about like that type of stuff, is like when I was with Ireland, right, we were very late to get like all the cool stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, we didn't have like game stores or how do I say, game stores or comic stores or anything like that until I became like 15-ish. 12 when I was 12, GameStop came into town, right? But you couldn't really get comics or anything like that there. We had a thing called Extravision where you could rent. They had like a tiny game section, but it was like a DVD rental place. You guys remember those? What the fuck? Oof, dude.
We had a Blockbuster.
Feel old.
That was cool.
We never had Blockbuster. We had Extravision and HMV.
Oh.
Did you guys have HMV?
Yeah, I think we still do.
I thought it went bankrupt.
So did I, but I swear there's still like some dotted about. I think they just closed a lot of the stores.
Okay.
Because I think they went digital.
But like I think if like when I was younger, right? If I was younger, and I got into comics when I was younger, I probably would have been a very big superhero person.
Yeah.
But since I didn't grow up with it, I grew up with like manga, like because like that's the thing, right? Because like I read manga when I was younger, and then when I was 2 years of age, 3 years of age, my dad put me in front of Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball to shut me the fuck up. You know what I mean? So like it was all downhill from there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like,
'Cause
but
I
now
wasn't-
getting into comics and stuff is really really fun. But
Because I wasn't much of a comic book kid. I don't think I've ever actually read, like, sat down and read an entire comic, not like a Marvel or DC or whatever.
you not read
I've
Scott
nev-
Pilgrim?
Well, I don't class that as a comic. It's more a manga.
That's a
You know,
comic.
like,
Yeah, I feel you. It's definitely got like those influences and stuff like that, but it's definitely a comic.
God, my family just want to make as much noise as possible right now. They're just slamming doors. Now they've started hoovering.
It's okay, don't worry. I'll get rid of that in post.
Okay. Hopefully. I'll add some ambience while people are sat on the bus listening to this. They're like, damn, someone's hoovering the bus.
Dude, exactly, dude. Whoa,
But,
dude! Do you mean hoovering the spaceship, dude?
Speaking of, we'll
Yeah.
come back to the manga comic stuff. Sorry, you just reminded me of something I was watching before. I was watching some Vsauce, my boy Jake.
Oh, Vsauce.
And he's recently done a video of misconceptions of like things that people believe that aren't true.
Oh,
And,
you mean like
as well
what do they
as-
call it? The something effect? The
No, not the Mandela effect.
Oh, okay.
More just like it takes a different meaning over time.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of
okay.
like, because they said like SOS. SOS doesn't mean save our soul, save our ship, whatever. It just is SOS. It doesn't stand for anything. It's just an easy thing to Morse code, dot, 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 dash, 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 dot, 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 or whatever, if it's the other way around. But there was like, he went across like some brand names. You know how like people call stuff by their brand name?
Yeah.
And he went through a few of them, and I was fucking shocked.
Like when you got your sick Nikes on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you don't call like, you'd still call them trainers or shoes, or you don't call every shoe Nikes. You know what I mean?
Okay. Oh, do you mean
Whereas-
like Coke and stuff?
No. Like, bubble wrap, for instance.
Okay.
Bubble wrap is a brand, not the name of the product.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Same with Hoovers. They're vacuums, but there's a company called Hoover that makes vacuums that got so popular that everyone just started calling vacuums Hoovers.
No, dude, he's called Henry, silly.
Fucking
Henry
Henry.
Hoover.
But it's the same with Sellotape.
Really?
Sellotape's a brand. What is the other
Whoa.
ones? Rollerblades. They're called
Rollerblades are-
inline skates, not rollerblades.
Inline skates.
Roller
Whoa.
rollerblades are a brand of inline skates, or roller skates. Sorry, and
Inline skates kind of like inline skates though. It sounds a bit too industrial.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I feel like after a while people would have started calling them like the scoot and go or something like that.
Yeah.
Quickly. Like scootsy scoots, like wheels on heels. Like Heelys.
because it's the same with what's it called? Table tennis. Loads of people call it ping pong, which I've never understood because I've never heard it like
You never got
properly
called ping
referred
pong?
to as ping pong. I just knew people called it that. I always knew it as just table tennis, but it was originally called ping pong,
Yeah.
which they then a company bought the trademark for ping pong and started making it as a thing. So everyone else making it then had to start calling it table tennis.
Dude, that's like
And it changed
that's
the
like
name.
so incredibly
It's crazy.
like scummy, right? When you think about it, when
Yeah.
like something has like a actual name, and then because like you see that I don't know if you saw the thing that happened, like somebody trademarked SCP.
Oh,
Did you
really?
see that? Yeah.
No.
So now they were trying to take advantage of getting the name SCP. I think that got resolved, but that was like one of the
I was gonna say because there's still a lot of people
issues.
using the word SCP in like fan games and stuff. So
right, because like SCP is I believe in public domain. I feel like that was what it was put in, but then somebody like
wouldn't surprise me at this
trademarked
point
it.
how many people have posted to the SCP like archives.
Right. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
crazy to think how how some people can do that. Like, you know, in a immoral sense, it's a very smart thing to do if you want to make a bitter bob, right? But it's just so
It's a
like
bit of a dick move, innit? Like,
yeah, imagine like the same thing with like ping pong, right? You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
like everyone has to like give it a new name, like table tennis. Obviously, people are gonna like switch it around.
Well, people
and
adapted
find
to it.
new
I don't
ways,
I don't
right?
hear
Yeah.
anybody call it ping pong other than like Americans.
Mm.
To be honest, it's only like a few Americans that'll call it ping pong, whereas most people will just refer to it as table tennis or something like.
Table tennis
But
does have that like
it sounds more like a
more
sport than a
professional.
game,
Yeah, yeah,
like a
that's
toy.
what I was thinking.
You know, like if you say like we're playing competitive table tennis, you're like,
Yeah,
damn,
because have you
tabletop
seen like
tennis. That's
have you
pretty epic,
seen like fucking table tennis like competitive?
dude. It's insane.
It's so like hype.
Like
You don't even expect it. Like you sit there and if you watch normal tennis, right? You know, there's kind of like there's a rhythm to it, but it's kind of like boo boo ba boo 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 ba.
dude, we should play tennis.
You know what I mean? We should play tennis. That'd be a lot
That'd
of
be a great
fun.
video.
The boys do tennis.
The boys
dude. I'm
play tennis.
excited. Yeah,
But like,
but
we
you
watched
know, with like
a lot
table
of
tennis, right? Like
Oh.
how it's just like there's so much like extra momentum, you know, because it's like a shorter table and stuff like that. But seeing competitive table tennis players do their thing,
Well, I just
is the
feel it
most
takes a lot more
exciting
control.
hype thing. Yeah,
because it's this little tiny floaty little plastic ball of like thing, and they can somehow make it go super fast and super accurate, and they hit it from like 6 feet away from the table and like boom, and it flies and curves and hits it's like, but they do it so fast and so precise. And me and the boys, this was months ago now, watched like the World Championship, and it gets so insanely quick and controlled, and I'm just like, bruh, I want to do that. It's me and Joe's
It's
favorite
like-
VR game is table tennis.
Oh shit! It's got like the things with table tennis as well. It's got that really satisfying like clink, you know?
Oh yeah,
Like boom, 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 boom. Like it's got one of those like I don't know what it is. There's some things with certain sounds in my brain that just go, ooh, that's very satisfying.
Well,
It's
stuff
probably
like-
why I could never get into soccer or anything like that, you know, or football, whatever, fucking, you know, like football
stuff like
or
the
soccer. or
noise
anything,
of table
know?
tennis takes me back to like being in high school or being in like school where you'd go on like a school trip, and the place you'd
Yeah.
go like to stay for like 2 or 3 days has like the game room where everyone plays pool and table tennis. So it takes you back to those like good days of playing table tennis with the boys in primary school or high school and being like, hell yeah. So I don't know, it's just like you always associate table tennis with like recreation, you know, like
Yeah.
a good like place to hang out and vibe. So I think the
I feel
noise
like-
of that just correlates really nicely.
Yeah, I feel like anybody can play table tennis as well.
Oh, yeah,
you know what
100%.
I mean? It's one of those things where, you know, even if you're bad at it, you still can like hit back like 2 or 3 times, you know what I mean? And that's kind
Yeah.
of satisfying.
You
know?
can, you just it's just a game of, hey, hit the ball
Yeah.
on the table. Make sure
Let
you
it
don't hit
bounce
the
a
net.
bit, baby. Let's
And, like,
go.
You obviously don't have to play it with like insane rules. You can just say, hey, as long as it bounces on the table and we return it, we can just keep rallying it and see how long we can rally for. Stuff like that. Because the amount of times like I was shit, like we didn't know the rules of table tennis. We'd just go to a table tennis table and just try and keep rallying it back and forward and see how long we could go and be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and see if we can just keep it going for ages. 'Cause that shit was great before I actually knew the rules of table tennis, and now me and Joe are the most competitive table tennis players in VR ever. There's a game called 11 Table Tennis, and it's probably the best feeling VR game I've ever played. Kind of like Beat Saber. You know, because in Beat Saber, it feels nice because you've got lightsabers and it just glides through those cubes. So your
Yeah.
brain, all you've got is that little vibration in the controller so you can feel it, you know, through the cube. It's the
Mhm.
same with table tennis. Because what feedback do you need for table tennis? You just need a
need a
sort
bit of a
of
pop.
bit of vibration to say, hey, the balls hit the paddle.
That is
So
like
it just
a much
feels like
interesting
you're
way to
actually
think about it,
playing,
right?
and the movement's 1-to-1. You can actually put some spin on the ball and it reacts the way you would, and the physics all align. And it's just like, it feels so legit, and you can just like go pretty hard without, well, being the bounds of your play space, because the amount of times I've smacked
Yeah, of
something trying to
course.
return a shot from Joe. But fuck,
It makes you
it's-
wonder
it's
though,
great.
man. Like with VR and stuff, like especially now that VR, right, and like talking about satisfying sounds and feelings and stuff.
Mm.
I wonder, like later on, are we going to have like VR gloves and stuff like
Oh,
that? That just
100%. Well,
make
we've
you
got like the
like,
Knuckles, which is sort of getting there, innit?
yeah,
Because
exactly,
I think the
right?
Knuckles are better than VR gloves
You think so?
because you're physically holding something.
Mm.
You know, if you're like playing a shooter with VR gloves and you like are holding a gun, you're just going to be making
Yeah,
a fist,
that's
and
that. Yeah,
there's
that's
no
true.
trigger to pull to fire your gun. And whereas when you've got these Knuckles, you can actually grab
They
something. It feels
vibrate.
like you're grabbing something. And you've got triggers to pull, and it's like, say if you're using a sword, if you're using, just anything, you're picking up anything. You've got something physical in your hands. The only thing
Mm.
I'm kind of thinking is like actual haptics in the controllers, and I don't know how they'd make like tension, but
Yeah, that's one. That's one
they
thing
said they're
which
working on that though.
right. Like that's the thing with like VR technology and all that other stuff that's like coming across. It makes you think, how far are they going to go? You know?
Well, it was like there was rumors of like some company starting these gloves. Now that I've just remembered, so I might be chatting all the shit. There's these gloves that have sort of. I don't think it's gonna work because it's a lot of work, a lot of effort for just a game. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But it's meant to be like sort of. It has these sort of. I don't know what the word would be, like a structure inside of the gloves that will like understand when you're holding something, so will restrict certain fingers and hand movement. So as if,
Oh
so say
wow,
if you're holding a gun, you'll be able to wrap your little finger around a lot more than your other fingers because it's sloped,
that's
and then
cool.
it'd
Oh
stop
my
your hand
god.
where the trigger would be, and you can pull it back like a trigger. Like there was rumors of stuff like that, which like on paper sounds cool as shit, but I don't think it's a viable
I
option.
could
You know what I
see
mean?
I could see it practically
'Cause that
working,
costs
if that makes
thousands.
sense. I could see it like really practically working, but I feel like you know how like VR games are really clunky and stuff like that,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
I feel like let's just say
Yeah,
your
getting
hand got
games to
stuck,
support that.
right? Let's just say you got crushed by something, you know what I mean? What happens to your hand, like,
Yeah, what if it does malfunction and just sort of?
right?
Well, no, because I think
Like takes
all
the
it
whole
does
thing.
is it just stops your hand from bending, so it wouldn't actually go any further to, you know, you know what I mean? Like I think your hands are free, and then you sort of put your hand on the triggers that are like then pressure sensitive. I don't know,
Mm.
but
It's weird. It's cool though.
the only
I'm
thing I
actually
could see
like
it
because you
working
saw the
for,
treadmill as well. You know what I mean? Like the VR treadmill that you
yeah, the
run on.
Omni.
Yeah. Because like a lot of people have like because that was the first kind of VR like peripheral, I guess,
Yeah,
to
because
be
they had
just
that with the
like, yeah,
DK2, didn't they? It was before
they
we even had
did,
motion
yeah.
controllers,
They
which is
had that,
crazy.
and then like I don't see that staying for too long. I think that's gonna go, or at least I haven't seen
It's
them use
not
many
stayed
games and
at
stuff.
all anyway.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
many VR owners do you know that bought it?
Oh, of course, yeah,
You know,
right.
I think it was purely meant to be like, hey, arcades, buy these. And arcades were like, no thanks. We've got Beat Saber. You don't need to walk on Beat Saber. It's easier
Yeah,
to
that's the thing,
fund.
isn't it? It
And,
does. I do wonder though,
mm,
um, because I had a weird dream the other day of me being like in a full body VR suit for some reason. Nothing happened in the dream. I was just in a full body VR suit, and that's all that I remember. But it got me thinking when I woke up. Like, like? Do you
oops.
think that we're gonna have like VR suits later on, which like when you get hurt, it hurts you, and stuff like that?
I wouldn't
You
say
ever
hurts,
think?
but we're going to have. Did you ever have them where it was. They had them for the PlayStation 2 and stuff, where if your character got shot, it'd like a chest plate that'd vibrate or like,
Huh.
pulse, stuff like that, and indicate where
Yeah.
your character got shot.
I
We
remember
had one,
seeing those.
but it
Yeah.
wouldn't fit me because I was too young and then it broke, so I never really got a chance to use it.
I
But
remember seeing those, but
I think we'll
I
get
don't
stuff
think
like
they
that
didn't
just
stay
for
either.
fun, like
Mm.
I don't think there's gonna be anything too crazy.
'Cause
But
that's the
like,
thing, because I've got major phantom touch anyway. So when I'm
mm,
playing VR games with other people and they like slide against me or something like that, I get that ASMR tingle. I don't know. Do you get that?
not really.
No? I get that weird ASMR tingle.
I just get claustrophobic.
It's very strange. Really? Oh god,
Yeah.
that's horrifying.
Well, not like terrified. I'm just like, oh, I need to get away from this.
Oh, from like
I can't
people
see.
or
Well, no, do you know when like people are really up close to you in VR? Like, say in VR chat, someone comes up to you.
Oh,
really
yeah,
close.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just like, fuck off. I can't see. I want to be able to see.
Dude, your antisocial tendencies are like
Well, it's not
fucking
just that. I
swooping
just don't
over
like
to
being
VR.
restricted.
I will admit, yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's one of the biggest things as well. When somebody's got like one of those massive models and stuff like that, and they step on you or something, you're just like, I want to leave. I want
But
to go.
I was trying to say, you know, the gloves thing I was saying.
Yeah.
I was trying to say, like the only thing I could see that being used for is sort of professional practices. You know, like how they use the Kinect. Well, supposedly, like the Kinect to do like surgeries and stuff.
Yeah.
But not like, you know, like maybe for like practicing and training for like surgeons or like even the military, stuff like that. Whereas I wouldn't really see it more of a consumer thing because I could see them costing thousands. Like, come on, like censored pistons that retract and all this and all that. Like, you know, I don't see that being especially cheap. So I'd see it more as like either VR experiences or used professionally as a training method.
Dude, now that you say that, it actually sounds kind of scary that in 20 to 30 years, our soldiers might be trained on VR.
Well, I mean, they've always been trained by video games. Like, there was an NES game made by, was it Konami? For the military to train weaponry and all this and all that. It was stupid, but they're always trying it.
I will admit.
Imagine being in the army and someone goes, here, play this NES game to get better with that M14. Like, huh?
Sir, my AK-47 won't reload. Press the square button.
Press up, down, left, right, BA start. Cool.
Whoa!
That gives you
no,
infinite ammo, bro.
Soldier, you can't use that one.
Gives you infinite ammo and 25
There's no infinite ammo in war, soldier!
It
Oh, man. But
is
speaking of,
crazy.
like, VR and stuff like that, dude. So, the PS5 announcement got announced.
Yeah,
The
it
games and
did.
stuff like that, right? I didn't see any PSVR game.
There is, I swear they've mentioned something about the PSVR 2, but I don't think they're going to show, I don't think they wanted to show it all. And especially with the PSVR, I think that's going to be like a year later, hey, buy a PS5 so you can play PSVR, like a second attempt to sell more consoles. You know what I mean?
True.
I think they're going to obviously do the first wave of PS5s where everyone who wants one buys one. Then everyone who's like, nah, there's nothing on there for me. You know? And then they'll like a year later go, hey, here's the PSVR 2 now with leg tracking and fucking 120 million FPS and cool controllers. Because I think they're going to make new VR controllers because fucking if they use the Move again, I'm going to go to Sony and scream at them. So, like...
Dude, when are they bringing back the PS Vita, dude? Come on.
I think that's what's next, you know? I think they're going to do a second Vita to combat the Switch.
I kind of hope so. In its own way, because I loved my PS.
So do I, because it'll push the Switch to do something better.
That's true.
I
loved
want
my
a Vita,
PS Vita though, man.
But if they make the Vita a powerhouse to
Yeah.
run games that look better than Xbox 360 and Switch, and they're like, yikes. All right, let's make like a Switch Pro. Because now we're not the only people in the handheld market. Because they are dominating in the minute. No one's challenging them. They're just chilling. Like, dude, we've got like handheld consoles on lockdown. Sony can't do shit. Microsoft can't do shit. They can do their own stuff. We're here. So they need something.
I think it's very difficult to challenge Nintendo at this point in time for the market, because they've always dominated that market. Like,
they've always won
Nintendo
handheld.
DS
Like,
and all that type of stuff. Right?
Everyone who stepped up has just been like, get out of here with your PS Vita. What, you got a touchscreen back? Why?
Well, what's that? Is that what's that little box? The Android box?
Oh, the Ouya.
The Ouya, dude. You're sitting over there with your Ouya, dude? What the hell? Dude,
the Ouya looked like it was going to be good, and then...
I
don't know, the Ouya has a charm to it. I always love shit like that, like shitty consoles There's just something charming about them, you know. It's like you tried.
Did you get the Soldier Boy console?
Mate, I wanted a Soldier Boy. Like that would have been great. What was it? Was it the Soldier Game or something?
It's like, yeah, the Soldier Game or something like that. But apparently it was just a
It's just a ROM dump on a shitty
yeah, it's a ROM dump on
little
like a shitty
motherboard that could barely run the ROMs.
like a fucking Raspberry Pi or whatever, dude.
Barely, no, a Raspberry Pi would be fucking brilliant. It'd run everything. It's not. It's some cheap motherboard that has about 24 megabyte of RAM and barely can run an NES game.
Dude.
But then they dump like 401 ROMs on it, which are about 20 ROMs repeated with different titles.
Yeah, right.
They are funny to see them. Like I used to love them because I remember having one that I got from Wales once. It was this shitty little like keychain, and it had just like loads of different like Game Boy ROMs dumped on it.
Did you have the arcade stick one? You know, the one where it's like the arcade thing, but it just had one red button at the bottom, right? I remember that one, and I think that game had Pong. I think it had Pong and like tanks. I think that's the only thing.
Yeah, I had
I
one.
remember.
Do you remember like you'd get them where they're kind of like a Game and Watch, you know, where it's like an LCD screen where it just sort of is set images that will move, and it's kind of like a Game and Watch. I had tons of those. Where there was one where it was like you were a little like it was kind of like an attempt at Space Invaders, but Space Invaders on a Game and Watch system doesn't work.
Yeah,
because it takes about a second to move across. You got all these things coming down. You fire it, it goes like blip, 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 and that's it. And then you take one down, and you've took one down, and they're like halfway down the screen already, and you're like,
help. Help!
I find games like that charming though, because you find them at car boot sales for like 50p, and you're like, these are worthless.
But I'll take 10.
But I'll buy loads. Come on.
I will admit, I never really had that too many of those. But I
got them all the time,
my
and Nan would always buy them for me.
Yeah, my grandmother.
Game, and you're like, I don't want it.
Yeah, my grandmother would always bring back one of those, and it would always be In fact, she brought back the same one 4 times, like every year once, and I always thought that was very funny. Just sitting there and getting the same
present every time.
Yeah. It's just like
I like that. It's so that's wholesome though.
My grandmother was like, she's a very wholesome woman, but she was always a bit of a cheapskate. She'd always be just like, this was €50, and then you look at the €2 price tag on the fucking thing.
Yeah,
you're just like, oh, Natty, no,
come on.
I see
12, free off
Natty.
facade.
Come on. It's still very funny though.
Did your nan frequent the markets?
No. So, my nanny. We don't really have a lot of markets around here. We have, we have a mart, which, you know, you can go and buy cows. but like...
Hello, I will take 2 cows, please.
I would like 4 heifers and a stallion.
Get them on the back seat.
Excuse me, sir. What's this one? Well, you know, that one's 2. 2 now. It's like, you know, ready to go. Oh, well, you know what?
Got them prime udders.
Prime udders on that one. Good bit of milk in this one. Like,
see, Blair's actually like into the farming shit. I don't have a clue, so I'm just gonna chat shit.
Like, you see, the thing is
big titties on this cow. Fresh milk and
big milky wilkies on this one. Yes.
Meat for days. You just shave it. Yes.
You could probably eat this one for a fortnight.
Funny. But
no, because that's the thing. Like, living in the countryside, we didn't really have any like cool marts or cool markets or anything like that. Like, you know, you travel like an hour and then you'd find a Tesco and you'd be just like, fucking hell, I'm in the city, bud.
Well, that's the only place you'd find the markets were in like the countryside, because we don't really have any near our like where we lived. But my nan had a caravan in Wales that she'd basically essentially lived at. Like, she'd come home for, like, a week and then go back to the caravan because that's where her friends were, and it was just chill as shit. And I used to go there every summer, go to this caravan in Wales. And my nan was big fan of the like markets. Where where it's just basically just a bunch of people go set up like a stall out of
Like
scaffolding.
stalls. Oh, what you mean, like a car boot sale?
Kind of, but no. It's
Okay.
more like it's not more professional, but it's more established. It's not
So
just a
kind of
field
like
of
a
cars. It's
yeah.
actually like a big, like a bazaar.
It's
You know,
kind of
like,
yeah, like a
they've built
dude,
they've
those are
built like a
fun.
town out of scaffolding with like tables and like fruits and toy shops and clothes shops and all this, and it was super crazy because it'd be like going to a mall, but all like independent. Like
Yeah, 'cause
none
it's
of it
like
was
all
like,
crafts and
but
shit.
it was the best because you'd always go. Like I specifically remember this one market we'd always go to because my nan knew them all, and we'd go all them each different day. It'd take the entire day to do it because they were that big, and my nan was my nan, so she didn't walk very fast.
Yeah.
And I just remember at the very back of this one, it was just this along the back wall of this market was just this massive toy shop, and it just went, but none of the toys were official.
Oh yeah,
Not
no,
one.
it'd always be knockoff
And
shit.
this
all
was
the
during
time.
the Beyblade craze, so you could get Beyblades the size of your arm that were made of metal and had electronic launches that would probably murder a child. And you'd get like you'd be able to get like a pack of like 27 Beyblades for £1 because it's just cheap plastic like from China that is probably like thrown together for a penny. Like
Do you have,
it was
like, any
crazy.
of
The
those
toys
still?
were great.
We have
I
like
wish. No,
I had I still
they-
have a like a
broke.
wardrobe full of GI Johnnies.
Oh,
like dude, like did you ever have any of the GI Joe toys?
No, I was an Action Man kid.
Ah, right, dude. Fuck it. I was an Action Man kid as well, but like I had plenty of GI Johnnies. They're like now going back and thinking on it, probably like a really bad name for a children's toy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But it's a knockoff. It's a GI Johnny, and the women's boobies were square, so that was fine for me.
Gamer.
Dude, Lara Croft boobies. Let's go.
Like, cause all of those toys though, they survive the afternoon.
Oh yeah.
Half the time with those Beyblades, you let that shit rip. It doesn't even hit another Beyblade. It hits the dome and falls apart. Because they're just
all the action figures would lose their face.
Yeah, all the paint for the action figures was off-centered. So like their mouth was on their cheek and their eye was on the middle of the nose, and it was just this monstrosity of like, Nan, why did you buy me this? And I miss toys like that. Like now
I don't, but
you get it all from Amazon. You
feel
don't
ya.
buy it from cheap markets anymore. Dude, we should do
There
like
is
the
still
boys
quite
go to
a
market.
few, that's true, dude. We should go to like Turkey or something, and just go to a bazaar or something and see
Oh,
what
yeah.
we can get. We go in there with like €10 and see what we come out with.
Oh wait, that just reminded me because like another craze that was going on at the time of these market shenanigans that me and my brother would get up to is they had those aliens in the egg.
Oh,
With the goo?
the goo aliens. Oh,
Oh,
no.
they were
Oh,
so
those
cool.
Oh my god.
And I
Dude.
remember my brother got this one that was like next level. It was like some big brain shit. It was like this massive egg. Like I'm talking like, how big are we talking? Like the size of
they-
like an Easter egg. Like
Yeah,
Canberra
were
Easter egg.
they the sticky ones that you could throw at shit?
Oh
though?
yeah. But
Yeah,
this one
dude.
was a special one. Basically, you'd open it up and it'd just be one of the a giant version of one of those aliens. But if you like put it in the goo, it'd give birth to 2 of the normal sized aliens. So you have 3 aliens, and it was crazy. And then like those are the ones that you'd throw to your ceiling, and it'd be up there for a week, and then all of a sudden it just. And me and my brother would play games to see whose alien had last the longest stuck to the ceiling, and it'd just be up there for days, and then it'd dry, and you'd have to chip it off.
Dude, like literally, those things stuck like crazy. And like when they were mega sticky and you pulled them off the roof, they would stain the roof.
Oh yeah,
Like,
they'd
they
stay
would
in the
leave,
roof
like,
or pull
yeah.
paint off with it.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
it was.
Like,
Can you
oh my
still
God.
buy them?
Yeah, I
Alien
think you can
sticky.
actually, yeah. Sticky aliens.
Oh my god, you can buy loads of them. Dude,
How
should
much
we buy
are they?
one?
How much are they?
There's one here for £1.38 with a
That's not too
£1.19 delivery
bad.
charge.
I'll
But
take 10.
I think I saw like, did I not see then like you can buy multiple of them? 6 of them for a
could,
tenner,
right?
dude.
That's fine. I'll take that.
Dude, it's the smell. There's in my head, my brain's just like, there's a very specific smell that goes to these
The
alien
plasticky
toys.
smell.
You know, like because the goo and the plastic they're made of, and it's just like, I think if I smell that smell, I'll just be sent back like 15 years to little me in the, you know.
Do you get those that's so Raven moments when you like smell stuff?
Oh, I like, my memory is more locked to smell than anything else.
Really?
If I smell something, my brain is just like, no, that's so Raven.
I'm kind of like that when I touch stuff. But like when something's got a very familiar feeling but is very unique. That's because I remember recently I've had this thing. It's funny how we brought this up because like I've been thinking about it for a while.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I remember there's so I don't like touching that you know the stuff you find in attics, you know the insulating, how it's kind of like got that like feeling, you know the pink stuff.
Oh, yeah, where it's,
Yeah, you know how it's like fucking weird to touch, right?
yeah.
So that brought me back, but then there was also another thing as well. Oh man, did you ever see those conkers, by the way? Those like little nuts that fall off conker trees.
Oh, yeah, the ones in
Where
the
you-
spiky shell, like,
Yeah, you break
Yeah.
open the
and
spiky
you
shell.
put a
and
hole
then
in them, you put a string on it, and then you
Yeah.
smack each other's conkers.
Yeah, dude. Like, I like, because we've got a conker tree in the back garden, and I
Yeah.
went over there and I was just like, oh, I haven't seen one of these bastards in a while, and then I picked it up and I was just like, oh my god,
See,
it's so soft.
The smell of conkers is what takes me back.
Really?
Because
Oh
I
my
used to
God.
live right next to the woods. Like, genuinely, I'd look at my window and it'd just be woods. And that wood was just full of conkers. And there'd be like a season where you wouldn't be able to walk in the woods because the floor would just be green from these spiky ass shells.
Oh man.
It was great. And you'd go in, you'd crack those bad boys open, you'd have fresh conkers. Did you ever get one of those like rare double conkers
Yeah.
where they grew together and it'd be 2 of them in one? It was massive, and you'd show up to the boys and be like, "Hey lads, look at this," and they're like, "Mate."
We actually in
My
school.
tiny brain can't
we,
comprehend how epic this is.
in school, we called those the bollocks.
Oh yeah, they
That's
100% were
it.
the balls.
That's the thing. We called them the bollocks in school. It's like, oh, dude, you found a bollocks. That's fucking
Yeah.
sick, bro. I'll trade you.
Hell yeah,
It's
dude.
just
Let me
like,
touch
what
your
the
butt.
fuck? Let me touch your bollocks, bro. Fucking hell, this is my rifle. This is my gun. This is my bollocks. Look. Let's have some fun.
Let's
Dude,
have
we
some
weren't
fun.
fucking. We weren't very like creative as children. Like, but like we tried our best.
I'm trying to think of like other like schoolyard toys and stuff, because you had your loom bands, you had your Scoobies, you had
Scoobies.
Did you ever
'Cause-
use Scoobies?
So yeah, like we wanted those. You see, I went to a very, very Catholic school. I was taught by nuns.
Yeah.
So everything that was fun got banned.
If you want to know more of that, go watch the school episode.
Oh
of the
yeah, that's
podcast.
right, dude. That's
Can't
right. It's
remember
very.
what episode it is, but it's one of them. There's 2, I believe.
It's like
that we did about
episode.
schools.
It's like episode 3, I think.
So I think we did High School Fight Club and then Teachers Caught in the Act.
Oh
think they're
yeah,
the 2
teachers
episodes.
caught in the act. Yeah,
That's a good
dude.
one. But
This was
carry
the
on.
same school, by the way, where teachers
Ooh.
caught in the act happened, right? But basically, nuns are no fucking fun. Nuns are
Oh,
no
yeah.
fucking fun, so they would always take all the little things away from us and stuff like that. Every time, well, you see, what we used to do was that we used to play soldiers. So we used to go around and find sticks. But every time a nun would come around, we would always be just like, "Oh shit, hide the sticks!" Because if we like used it in a gun motion,
You
like,
get
we could
you
whack
get a
each
ruler
other.
to the ass.
No, we could whack each other with the sticks, and they didn't give a shit. But like, if we
Pretend it
went
was
for
a
the
gun.
if we went through the gun, we'd actually have to go to the what I used to call the quarantine room, where basically you sit in a room in a dark room by yourself with like a chair, and you just they sit you in there for 10 minutes, and they read you Bible verses outside the door.
Ooh.
No, that sucked. That sucked. But we had match attacks.
Oh no.
Do you remember match attacks?
Match attacks are the worst.
They are the worst, dude. We had those for a week before they got banned, but then there was like a match attack black market.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
the second they ban anything, kids find a way.
Dude, the match attack black market, dude. Dude, I had a Cristiano Ronaldo card, dude, that everybody wanted. I got it in my first pack, and they were just like, "That's the best card," or something like that, and I was just like, "Sick! I don't know what this is, but it's very shiny, so it's mine now."
Like, my school didn't have a card game. Like, everyone seemed to. Like, when my brother was in there, it was Pokemon, and everyone was trading Pokemon cards and battling and all that. And when I went, that was by the time that the Pokemon cards faded. So, like, we had Beyblades, but they got banned immediately because I brought mine in and ripped it on the table, and then they were like, "What the fuck? That's dangerous." Banned. But like, yeah, we didn't really have like crazy fads other than Scoobies and shag bands. Do you remember them?
Oh, the shag bangs, the one where like, oh, if you break with the girl, you you
It'll
guys are gonna be together forever,
She's
or you're
got to
gonna
lick your
shag.
toes, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
The shag band,
Bro,
was,
we're 12.
The shag band was a secondary school thing for me.
Oh yeah, 100% secondary school.
Like in primary school, I just remember them banning Pokemon cards and stuff like that. Oh, dude, I remember the headmaster. Oh, dude, this is such a weird story, but I remember the headmaster. He got all like 1,000 children in like well, it was around like 200. It felt like more, but like he went up and he got us all. And he put us in the playground. He's just like, he went up and he's just like, "You see this? You see this Pikachu card? This is the devil trying to speak to you. The devil sent these cards to throw you away. Look at this." And then he showed like another card, and he's just like, "This is also the devil. Do you want to go to hell?" Yeah, oh, dude, I remember. Fire. The devil uses fire to punish sinners. And it's just like, fucking hell, the devil doesn't seem like that bad of a guy
Dude,
if he's getting the bad guy. You know?
I'm
Like,
down.
yeah, right?
I
Well,
hang out with the devil.
right? Dude, like, no matter how it is, as a child, even as a child, I was always just like, the devil's doing fun stuff. I kind of
Yeah,
don't.
the devil's just having a good time. He's like,
Yeah.
"Dude, you want to smoke cigarettes?
Yeah, right? Like, sick,
Drink
bro.
alcohol and
Sick, bro. I'm so excited.
hang out outside the shop on our bikes."
Yo, dude, the devil's giving you some shag bands right now, dude. You fucking ready for this? Oh, dude.
Man's Pokemon cards and Beyblades.
Yo,
I'm
you
fucking down.
You want this shiny Pikachu, son, dude? Oh, dude, you can have it for your soul. Nah, but that was the thing with I actually it's funny when I look back at those stories and realize how weirdly fucked up it made my life later on in life, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
But also that I'm glad to have had those situations to be just like, yo, people are really fucking dumb.
That's
you
fucked.
know? Yeah, right? Like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, oh, so I should be nice to people because the nuns won't be.
Yeah, and I should play Pokemon because it's just a stupid game.
Right, exactly.
Not sent by the devil.
Sent by the devil.
People.
I don't know. It's always
imagine
funny
if it
to think
turns
about
out
that.
it is, and the devil's just there in Japan, being like, the world will look at my Pikachu and go, whoa.
Oh my wo
But he's not done it. He's not done it. Like, he started the Pokemon fad to like get into the minds of children, but then it started making loads of money, and he's like, "Hey, I think we're onto something." And he just hasn't executed his plan because he's just so fucking rich. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm chill."
Yeah, it's like, you know, that's why Satanism has gone like, you know, under the radar. You know what I mean? He doesn't need his satanic churches anymore. He just gets his money from Pokemon.
He's just making money from Pokemon and shag bands.
Fuck, people worship Pokemon more than me. I'm gonna put myself in a card. Charizard.
Fire!
Yeah!
The flame on his tail represents Satan.
What is this? Pikachu? Tail? 666. Upside down cross? Dorime! That's all. But
And the reason Pikachu has a big spiky ears is to represent the demon's horns.
Yo!
Bro, we're on to something. Pokemon is satanic.
Dude, I'm fucking...
Episode title, baby. Write that down, Blair. You don't have to message me later. Go, what you think for a title? There you go.
Right,
Pokemon.
okay, can you write it down? Fuck, dude. I write it down,
Oh.
dude, so I don't misspell it like I normally do.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Dude, if there's one thing that I do have to say though, dude, like, it's actually really cool now to kind of be an adult and being able to use like your own memory power for stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you know when you were told stuff as a child, you just believed it, everything.
Oh well, you
know
kind
what
of
I mean?
had to, because like when you were a kid, you think grown-ups know all the answers, and you're just like this little hollow shell of fucking shit in his pants.
Did your parents? I think I've already talked about this. Did I ever tell the Mrs. Cracker story?
You've told it about 3 times.
I have I told it about 3 times?
Where your
Dude.
parents would be like, if you don't eat your vegetables, Miss Crackers is coming.
Yeah,
Like-
oh, dude, it's if you behave, dude, Mrs. Crackers is gonna come and take you away, dude. Like, that's that, dude. Like, cause that's the thing, right? You just believe that shit, right? And then I
Yeah.
thought to myself, then when I got older, I was just like, like, there wasn't a woman who was gonna take me away, like.
I think you said this in like 2 episodes ago. I think you had this exact
did I?
same conversation.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
we're a
have
bit
a
sleep
bad
deprived
memory.
today. We're a
Oh,
bit-
dude, we also have. Did I also tell the story that I like? I actually like thought Santa Claus was a pedophile.
Yes, you did.
I told that story as well. God
Yeah,
damn
'cause
it, dude!
You were scared of him because
I was
it's a
horrified.
strange
of Santa
man
Claus.
breaking into your house in the middle of the night.
with a big sack, dude.
Yeah.
Giving you presents. What the hell, dude? Because that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. Did you ever have any of those little stories that you just believed that now you're older, you're just like, what the fuck?
Not so much. Like, I'm not prepared for like. My brain is doing other things right now. It's preoccupied.
It is. It's preoccupied.
There's definitely something I believed as a kid. There was definitely something that was like, yeah. And then when I found out, I was like, what?
No.
Because I never believed in Father Christmas because I had 2 older brothers. That shit was ruined immediately.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, I'm just trying to think. I wasn't really made to believe anything. I mainly just, my mum's parenting method was more like, learn for yourself, but I'll watch what you're doing to make sure you're doing right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents were always telling me a different type of stories and stuff like that. I remember once, because my dad was a military man, you know what I mean? Like, he was in the Falklands War, he did all that type of shit, so he's like kind of like a bit of a hard dude. So thinking that my dad was an army man, I always was just like, oh, dude, he's always telling the truth. But when I was 18 and he's just like, I'm a fighter pilot like a fighter pilot like kung fu master who also climbed the highest mountain in the world. I was just like, wait a second. Wait a second. I was like, well, when I turned 18, I was just like, Dad, you've been lying to me a lot, dude. I bet you haven't even like done half of these cool shit. And then he went, oh yeah, well, watch this. And then like now he skydives every Saturday out of a plane. And he's just like, now I'm a really cool dad. And I'm just like, whoa, fuck.
No,
So-
I'm epic.
No, I'm epic. Oh, but dude, can I introduce you to my new favorite anime genre?
Can I listen to it on my Raycons?
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, dude, today's sponsor. That would have been a pretty sick fucking
Hey,
outro
Raycons,
we got
see,
since-
this is what you're missing.
Yeah. Dude, this is exactly what you're missing. Dude.
Every
but
time we
not
talk
gonna-
about anime, we could be like, so last night I was chilling with my Raycons in.
Yeah.
watching some of that prime anime. And
Dude,
let me just say, when Deku screams the bass in these headphones.
But like in all seriousness, though, my friend's got some Raycon earphones, and
I was gonna get
they're
some.
like they're awesome. They're actually really.
They
cool.
don't sell them in the UK though.
They don't. No. That's the thing.
So I
Well,
had to
they
change and
send like you can if you import them, you can get them. Like they send to the UK, but they're
They don't?
American brand. No.
I did it off their website, even their international website, and it was only giving me American addresses. And then I checked the forums,
Really?
and they said they don't do international yet,
Oh wow.
which is a shame.
That's a shame. Yeah, because they look really, really cool. Well, that's
'Cause I
why
was
they haven't
really-
sponsored us yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There we go,
they're
you
not
know?
moving over. They're not here
Yeah.
yet. So maybe
But when you
maybe
guys
we can,
are, dude, fucking hit
maybe
us up.
maybe
We'll
you
buy...
can get old Raycon, you know. But I ended up getting some Razer Hammerheads instead.
Oh, you
which are
got the
pretty
Razer
nice.
Hammerheads. Yeah, I've got some AirPods. I got some.
I was gonna
I've
get
got
AirPods,
yeah.
but I don't have an iPhone, so I decided against it in the end. They do
Yeah,
work
it's
with
the-
Android, but it's just a bit more fidgety.
I've had so many problems with it, dude. I've had so many
They
problems.
sound great. They're just
They do, yeah.
made for Apple devices, which, you know what? Fair enough. It's the Apple ecosystem, so
Yeah, that's one of the biggest issues I have with it. If it wasn't just like, if I didn't just have to use it on Apple, because like I've got a lot of different devices and using it on my PC and other type of stuff, it's just they have a lot of issues which you're going just
Yeah.
like, oh, dude, sometimes one of the ears won't work, so you have to turn off the Bluetooth 4 or 5 times to get them both on. That's
or
one
you
of
have
the
to
biggest things,
fiddle
yeah.
about putting them back in the case, shutting the case, opening the case,
Yeah.
resyncing them, then putting them in, and then going like,
yeah,
cool.
fuck, oh,
It's just
that's
like-
that's one of the biggest issues. How are the Razer ones?
they're really good.
Yeah?
The battery's shit when they're used on my PC, but I think that's just because it's receiving a lot of shit. When it's on
Really?
my phone, it lasted me all day without putting them on charge. It was pretty sick.
Okay.
The only gripe I have is my own ears.
Oh,
I have oddly shaped ears, so it's starting to like rub against my ear
are
and
they
blister.
are they like the same shape as the AirPod?
Similar.
Similar.
The AirPods
okay.
fit me a bit better,
Yeah.
but
Do
these
they
are
have the little floppy things? You know, the cushions.
no.
on
That's the reason I got this.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't like them.
I don't like them either.
I hate those little plungery things that you put in your ear, and if you pull them out by accident, it just rips your eardrum out with
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
That's the
hate
thing.
it.
Oh,
So these,
God.
I know I'm not going to accidentally pull an AirPod out, but
Well, they'll
you know.
just fall out and like
see,
you won't
there it
die.
is again. Brand recognition.
Yeah.
Like Apple has like claimed the name AirPod because I never call these like wireless earbuds or like earpods or like anything like whatever. Actually, no, earpods is also an Apple thing.
I call them headphones myself.
Yeah, but they sort of like, like when you think of like, a headphone that sort of looks like a normal headphone, but the wire's just gone. Your brain my brain immediately goes like AirPods, and a lot of people's do. It's another one of those, they were the pioneers of it, so everyone just sort of goes for that name.
Mm.
But
Holy
get out
shit!
of there.
Sorry. I just saw. Oh, holy shit! Sorry, I'm very excited. Dude, fucking Persona 4 Golden has arrived on Steam.
Ah, yeah, I remember hearing the rumors about
Dude,
it.
oh my god, there
It's
it is.
actually fully done now.
There it is. Oh, dude,
Oh,
that's,
shit, dude.
dude, we should play that on the channel. It's exciting.
do
That's
it.
so good. Oh my god, dude.
We've got Persona 5 on the list,
got
but we could do
Persona 5,
4
yeah.
instead.
Persona 4 is
See.
brilliant. Persona 5 is like my favorite styled Persona game. But Persona 4 is actually my least favorite out of the 3 Persona games. Like Persona 3 is probably my second favorite, while Persona 5 is my first favorite, just for the, well, I don't know, it's 50-50. Persona 3 and Persona 5 are in the same spot. But Persona 4 is also a great game, you know what I mean? Like when you sit
Yeah.
there, like when you're dealing with masterpieces, it's hard to put them, like, even if it's not my favorite, it's still fucking up there, dude. Still
Oh
up
yeah,
there,
there's like
dude.
it's like there's a lot of things like that. It's like it doesn't have to be a favorite to be a fucking incredible game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Dude, what are you talking about? There's a new update for Realm of the Mad God.
What?
That's
what?
more
Realm
important.
Realm of the Mad God. No, fuck. Oh my god, dude. Wait. In all seriousness, are you being serious right now?
There is, yeah.
Realm of the Mad God's fucking good.
I hate it.
What? Oh, come on.
I played too much of it in high school, and everyone like I've got a story about this.
Okay.
I'm angry to this day about it.
All right, okay. Tell me.
So basically, I was sat in the library with the boys because that's where we went for our gaming sessions because none of us had gaming PCs and we all wanted to play RuneScape. And I was sitting in the library and we all couldn't be bothered playing RuneScape, and I was like, we need to find a new game to play. So I searched up online multiplayer RPG browser based whatever blah blah blah. And then this game came up and I was like, Realm of the Mad God. Let's check this puppy out. Played it, and me and the boys got on. We played it for a while, you know. We extended our computer privileges in the library where you go up to the guy at the desk and go, hey, computers 7, 8, and 9, can you just give us some more time? And he's like, I got you, homie. And you're like, cheers, babe.
Dude, good lad.
Then you go back, you sit back down, you carry on gaming, and it comes up on your screen 30 minutes remaining. You're like, hell yeah, I got some more time. And we were all there gaming. We're gaming away. I'm like, well, this game's actually really fun. And then we go, and then my friends have told other people about Realm of the Mad God, being like, whoa, you should play this game. Which is like, yeah, no, you know what, fair enough.
You guys had a LAN party of Realm of the Mad God? What?
Oh yeah, we had at one point the entire library computer were all playing Realm of the Mad God because of me. But then this little bastard claimed he was the one who found it. And he went around telling everybody. And then I was like, oh, have you played Realm of the Mad God? He was like, oh, yeah. I remember Jamie found it and told everyone. And I was like, no. I brought this into your lives. I dare
take away my credit. This isn't 2020 Facebook/Twitter.
It was just...
This is my game!
Funny. But then we played a shit ton of it and I realised it was pretty just mediocre at best. Maybe it's a lot better now. It's on Steam. It's still going. The fact that it's still going since, 2009 when I would have played it or some shit.
Realm of the Mad God is literally... All it is you jump in, you jump around, you shoot things for about an hour, and then you die.
It's a roguelite in it.
Yeah, it's a roguelite.
If you die, that's it.
Yeah.
You start again.
I love that about it, you know what I mean? Because it was just jump on, play, get your time out of it, and then, you could go on and you could hang out with the boys, you could all meet in one corner of the thing, and sometimes you'd be able to kill the Mad God, you know? I love games like that.
I never beat it.
You never beat it? No?
Nah, I always died getting, late game.
I love games
mainly because
that.
we had a time limit in the library.
Oh,
so.
yeah, definitely. I love games like that, though, which kind of, Beast just oh, dude, the entire population of the server has to do all the things together, and then they win, if that makes sense. I love that idea that, isometric gameplay of, you know what I mean? Everybody just getting together, doing their things, leveling up together, doing all that type of stuff. Because if you go off on your own in Realm of the Mad God, you could survive a bit. But then, you jump into a big horde of 1,000 dudes, and then you're just dead, you know? But if you got the crew together, you know what I mean? You got your mages healing, you got your, mages shooting, and then you got, your boys at the front. You're just wow, dude, it's like Sword Art Online, but shit! I loved it though. I still love that game. Hey, Realm of the Mad God, if you want to sponsor us, we'll play it on the channel.
I'll play on the channel, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Send us some Raycons.
Send us some Raycons. We just have to do that for every single brand deal now.
And then
just
we
to
can
be just if you guys can send us Raycons
with face cam. Hey guys. Gamer boys here playing Realm of the Mad God.
With our Raycons.
The bass in this game sounds amazing for my Raycons. Oh, are you watching this on our new site made by Squarespace? Or are you listening to Audible while you watch the gameplay? Dude, we're gonna be sellouts once we...
Dude, to be honest with you, dude, I don't think getting sponsors and stuff is selling out. I
No,
think
but
it's
I'm saying
just
we're gonna have like 3 sponsors per episode. Baby.
Oh, no doubt
Make
about
the
it,
money.
dude. Like, you have no idea, dude. We'll be sitting there. We'll be
Uh.
sitting there with our 10 sponsors, being just like the entire video will just be just like, "Hey, what's going on? I'm here with my Raycons, my Audible, my BetterHelp subscription, and all of the above."
I listen to Audible on my Raycons while gaming and visiting my favorite Squarespace websites.
While also drinking my gamer subs.
And yeah, drinking gamer subs and using my new Razer E25 every day. That'd be funny.
While drinking a nice cup of Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi, the best Pepsi for you. Buy now at your local Asda's.
That's the thing, dude. I haven't seen many food brands sponsor people. I wonder, like...
Yeah, well, I mean, you get, like, the occasional, like, gamer snack.
Yeah.
But nothing crazy.
That's the thing. Like, I wonder, like... We should get a Coca-Cola sponsorship. I think that would be awesome. Like, imagine
I
that.
legit think that the, like, closest sponsor we'd be able to get, not like soon, but the soonest one would be something like Gamer Subs.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Because that's relatively new on the market, innit? So they're looking for sort of
new boys.
Entry sponsors.
Yeah,
So,
like, I mean, like, to be honest with you, Gamer Subs, all that type of stuff, if you guys want to sponsor us, we're
I'd
more
drink
than
it.
welcome. Like, to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind. I'm always looking for a different caffeine drink.
I've been looking to get off of the
get off
bad
your
caffeine
Monster
drinks, like,
Energy drink. Yeah.
Monster Energy. Ooh,
Ew,
Gamer Subs though. I mean, unless Monster Energy, you want to like hook me up, dog.
They
but
send you a pack
we
of
are
20, dude. It's like, wow.
out of time.
Dude, we didn't talk about anything that we said we were going to talk about.
We talked a little bit about PlayStation.
we mentioned PlayStation, and then...
Then I went on a rant about aliens and
Dude.
fucking markets and whatnot.
Dude, how the fuck are we supposed to
everyone
get our
knows everything about
PlayStation sponsorship, dude? Come on.
Everyone knows everything about PlayStation. They all watched it. They all saw the memes on Twitter about it looking like fucking Frieza's head. Like,
Dude, it's an ice cream
not Frieza,
sandwich, dude.
Piccolo,
Come
sorry.
on.
Like, it's so... I hate how it looks, but the games look great.
I don't mind it, you know.
It's massive.
I don't
and
mind
looks... But imagine you're in your normal ass living room and you see that on your gaming center, like, well, on your media center. It sticks out like a sore thumb, and it's the equivalent of having a bright red keyboard. You know what I mean?
That would be pretty sick, though.
It looks like something you get from a Happy
I
Meal,
would like a bright red keyboard.
because it kind of looks like it's made of glossy plastic. And
I'm
it's
gonna
like,
get a bright red keyboard.
no, it looks like one of those you know those fake consoles you get where it's like 500 games in one, and it's got like a pretend Wii remote. It looks like one of those.
I mean, like, I don't know. I do understand that it looks a tiny bit silly, but I think it's an amazing marketing strategy at the same
100%.
time. Because
look how
I
much
do
fucking
believe,
publicity it's got.
yeah, I do believe,
It's genius.
I do, because, like, I don't know, there's gonna be people like me and stuff like that where I was just like, it's a bit silly, but to be honest with you, I don't mind, if that makes sense.
Everyone's looking at
you
it.
know? That's
Like,
the thing, everybody's looking at it, all that type of stuff.
Like, I
but
don't
even
care how it
so,
looks,
if that was
it's
in
just-
my, like, living room, I wouldn't bat an eye, if that makes sense. Like, because...
I really like what the Xbox Series X looks like.
What, you mean that it just looks like a PC tower?
Yeah, it's just clean, and, you know, it's just a box with a little Xbox logo to say, hey, it's an Xbox with a disc tray on it. And I'm like, cool, that's nice. I could see that being sat next to my TV or sat, like, you know, on a shelf. Whereas I just can't see the PS5. I can't. I'm not getting a Series X because all the games are coming to PC.
Yeah, of course.
But, you know,
That's the thing. PC
I wanna
Master
get a
Race,
PS5,
let's
but-
go.
I want a PS5, but I want to upgrade my PC first. Because, come on, PC's my baby.
Yo,
I
your
use this
baby.
for more.
Yeah,
and I
you
play
have
more
to- you have
games
to
on
do
it.
that.
But the PS5 is going to have some banging exclusives.
Dude.
I can tell.
It does make you think, though. I don't, like, because I feel like we're getting to that point now with, like, console designs and stuff like that, that there's not that much innovation that they can do. I think the
The
nicest
controller's
looking...
good, though.
Yeah, the controllers look nice,
With
but
the
I mean...
haptics and shit and the adaptive triggers.
I mean, like, the design, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, design,
Like-
there's not
like,
much.
Because to be honest, I think the nicest looking console ever is the Switch. I feel like that's just.
Nah,
You don't think so?
as good as it is, I like kind of vibe with the Xbox 360 Slim.
Mm,
You know, the first Slim, the one that's just
yeah,
the matte black, and it's just sort of, it's got like, you know, it's got a bit of an angular thing to it to go like, yeah, we're gamers, but it's also just sleek and looks nice. It's just sort of like,
it is
it's
kind of like
simple,
the
but
BMW
it's-
of consoles, I guess.
it's
you know?
simple, but it doesn't look like a VCR or like something like a PS2 did.
Mm.
Because the PS2 looked like it played DVDs. And that's all it did.
yeah.
And then like the Xbox original came around and it was this big, badass looking thing. But actually, no. Either the 360 Slim or the GameCube. I adore the GameCube.
The GameCube? But
It has a carry handle.
The GameCube, like, I feel you, but the GameCube does look like old. It looked old when it came out.
There's a charm about it. Nothing else, like, everything else was normal ass rectangle, you know,
Yeah,
with a disc tray. GameCube came out of here like, we're a cube with a carry handle on it.
I
Like,
always,
dude, what other console do you know has a carrying handle? None of them. The GameCube, though. Like, and has 4 controller ports built in.
Yo,
Nintendo know what's on. Like, they know what's good.
PS5, this is what you're fucking missing, guys. You put a fucking handle
You
on
want
the
to-
PS5, dude.
I'd buy it right now. I'd pre-order it for £600 if I had a carrying handle. But, like, dude, Nintendo, with their consoles, knew what was up. You could play 4-player games as long as your boys bring over the controllers. PlayStation 2, you gotta go spend an extra £40 on a big clunky thing that you plug into the front port and then it gives you 4 controllers. Like, dude, how are you meant to play FIFA with the boys? Don't have a 4-player expansion module for the PlayStation 2.
Well, you
Bruh.
could just not play FIFA with the boys because that game
No,
is
how can you tell me to not play FIFA with the boys?
Bleh, get out of here, FIFA fuck boy, get out of here.
I hate FIFA, but I had friends in primary school, and that's all they'd play whenever you go to the house. So you just like, I guess I'm playing FIFA.
That is a thing. Yeah, all your friends used to play FIFA on their
I
PS2s.
hated it.
It's because like you'd always sit there and be just like, what other games you got? It's just like I've got FIFA. I can't
But
play
then
Call of Duty because my
I'd
mom
go to-
doesn't let me.
And then I'd go to my friend Danny. And me and Danny play Halo 2. We play Medal of Honor. We play all the fucking cool games. And then my mate, he got FIFA. We played it once and we were like, fuck this. So all we did was put the AI on the hardest difficulty, made them play against each other and made bets who'd win. It was great.
That's
Oh.
what the fuck, dude? That's gambling, dude. That's
Well, no,
gambling.
we didn't bet anything. We just go like, I bet fucking Barcelona wins, and he'd be like, all right, I bet fucking Madrid will win, and then I go like, wait, and like punch him in the arm, and that's about it.
Dude, it all starts in FIFA, dude. And dude, I
Yeah.
always knew my gambling addiction would start when I fucking
Dude.
when I fucking bet on West Brom, dude.
I think
and
we
they
should
lost.
buy like, I think we should buy like a really shit FIFA game.
We have to buy
have-
one that's not like new.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Why would I spend like 60 quid on a game that came out like 20 years ago?
We should. Oh, dude, you
Uh,
know what we should buy?
Go
We
on.
should buy the fucking Irish hurling game.
Oh god. We just need stupid games for the channel, because I just love playing stupid games.
Stupid games are
And-
a thing, dude. Holy shit. Like,
Because I love
we already
stupid
played
games
Rugrats,
and indie
you
games.
know?
Like Rugrats was stupid as shit and I had a great time. Lost in Vivo was an indie game, had a great time. They're like my 2 favorites for recording. Because like, yeah, it's cool to record like the good games, the classics, you know. But sometimes you just need like a palate cleanser of just like some garbage.
You do.
Or just something that's completely like
100%.
different.
Yeah.
So like we've got some stuff.
We've
But
got a lot of stuff to play actually. We're very excited to introduce
if
you
you've
guys
got
to those
any
games.
ideas of shit games, cool indies, let us know in the Discord, in the comments.
Oh, and if people are
DM me.
watching, whoever people that are like keeping up with the main channel, like the Let's Plays and stuff like that, we really, really appreciate it. The channel has grown immensely from what we thought it would grow. Because we, like, you know, when you start off a new channel and stuff like that, you know what I mean? You don't really expect to get like 20 subscribers in the first like week of making new content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because considering all we did was podcast, we didn't expect to get subs. Like, who's gonna go to a channel that just does podcast constantly and it's gonna grow like fucking boom? We don't exactly talk about the big topics.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about throwing aliens on the ceiling and seeing how long it takes them to fall down. But, you know, like, for the fact that we've done nothing but podcasts on the channel for over a year, and now that we've actually started, you know, saying, right, we're gonna actually invest a lot more time with Boys on the Internet. We're gonna, you know, expand our horizons a little bit, do a little let's playing, bit of consistent uploads, so that we get in the fucking algorithm a little bit, you know.
Yeah, to get
And
that
the fact that
algorithm, baby.
We shot up like 20 subs since then.
We super appreciate it, guys. Like 100%.
Dude.
Like we do this just for kind of like the love of it. You know what I mean? So even if we weren't getting subscribers and stuff like that, we'd still do it because we're still enjoying it. But still, to see like our work being rewarded is really, really really makes me happy. Anyway,
Have you been going on Reddit sub for sub threads?
You finally figured me out. Yo, dude, just check out. Yo, dude, pretty sick, dude. What's your favorite like apple? Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for listening.
We'll
They're not watching anything,
Oh,
Blair.
dude, they're
It's a
watching. They're
podcast.
watching my beautiful face.
No, they're not.
Dude, look at it.
They're looking at a cartoon made by the delightful Lemony Fresh.
Lemony Fresh. Right. Bye, guys. See you guys later.
Love you. If you want to send me an alien, my home address is 147 Drew.